This is number one. What else? I need just the word that summarizes everything. And this word will guarantee our rights. Yes?
Tolerance. Tolerance.
Tolerance. We need something that relativity. That's good. But all what we
Justice.
need, excellent. You just hit the bull's eye. We need justice, as simple as that. You see what I mean? We're going to see who is right, who is wrong. And later, when we get to justice, we need to accept it. Either it is in my favor or yours. You see what I mean? So after this case here, when they went to the Supreme Court and they looked after this suit and whatever, and they got them the conclusion, the decision. What Johson did is legal. And this right is protected by the First Amendment. That's justice. That's it. So after this case, I say, it's okay. I'm right. And you, even you see me wrong, you would say, yeah, that's it. So even, what do we have? We have a similar thing in Quran here. تعالوا إلى كلمة سواء يعني. You and me. Let's see something. Let's look. Let's have justice. Let's talk. Let's launch a discussion. Let's start a dialogue or something in order to set things tidy. As simple as that. So all what we need to do here, we need justice. We need discussions. We need talking. This is the thing. Right? We need to come and sit at the same table and we discuss our issues. As simple as that. You got that, guys? You got it? So we should not let these differences lead us to war, lead us to conflicts. Did you get my point? Excellent. Now, very good. I think yesterday Abdurrahman just read the first paragraph. Now we continue with the rest of the text and then answer the questions. I think it is clear. But before that, guys, what do you mean by Texas v. Johnson v? What does that v stand for?
Against.
Excellent. Against or
versus.
Versus. Excellent. Or good. Excellent.
You want the V stands for or what the whole?
Just V. Just V. You said against. Oh, Saud, I think you're speaking. Yeah, V. What does that? By the way, you will find this everywhere when talking about justice in the States. Someone V, someone else. Like we saw yesterday about the tomato issue. Yes. So normally, the claimant and versus or the defendant. But anyway, you may read this V in four ways. You may say against, as Tamer said, like in here, Texas against Johnson. Or you may read it as versus, but we omitted the S here, as Abdurrahman suggested. So we say Texas versus Johnson. Or we may say it as V only, V-double-E, so V. We say Texas v. Johnson, even though this is not common, but it is possible. And the last option is and. And here, normally they use it when we talk about civil cases, just to show that kind of affection. We don't want to use the word against. You saw my point. So in some cases, they don't want to use the word against and versus. They say and. Though it is V, they will pronounce it as and. So we have four ways here to pronounce or to say the word V. Either V or versus or against or and, if we want to show that kind of, tolerance and affection and whatever. Did you see my point?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Now I need someone to continue with the second page. I am so sorry I don't have the online book. Otherwise, it would be very easy for us to follow. But anyway, I think you have your book, so it is page 16. We need to continue with the statement that Justice, who is that? Justice Brennan. Yes, Justice William Brennan. By the way, we use the word justice to refer to the judge. We say Judge Brennan or Justice Brennan. So both words are used, interchangeably to say the title of the person. He is a Judge X. He is a Justice X. Okay, so we were talking about Justice Brennan. Yes, someone to read, please, page 16. Yes, national unity as an end.
Oh, okay, I read it.
Go ahead, please. Abdullah.
National unity as an end, which officials may foster by persuasion and example, is not in question. The problem is whether under our constitution, compulsion as here employed is a permissible means for its achievement.
Good.
We are fortified in today's conclusion by a conviction that forbidding criminal punishment for conduct such as Johnson's will not endanger the special role played by our flag or the feeling it inspires. To paraphrase Justice Holmes, we submit that nobody can suppose that this one gesture of an unknown man will change our nation's attitude towards its flag. Abrams v. United States. Indeed, Texas's argument that the burning of an American flag is an act having a high likelihood to cause a breach of the peace, and its statute's implicit assumption that physical mistreatment of the flag will lead to serious offense, tend to confirm that the flag's special role is not in danger. If it were, no one would riot or take offense because a flag had been burned. We are tempted to say, in fact, that the flag's deservedly cherished place in our community will be strengthened, not weakened by our holding today. Our decision is a reaffirmation of the principles of freedom and
Inclusiveness.
inclusiveness that the flag best reflects, and of the conviction that our toleration of criticism, such as Johnson's, is a sign and source of our strength. Indeed, one of the proudest images of our flag, the one immortalized in our own nation anthem, is of the bombardment.
Yes.
It survived at Fort McHenry. It is in the nation's resilience, not in its rigidity, that Texas sees reflected in the flag, and is that resilience that we reassert today. Do I complete?
Yes. Go ahead, please.
The way to persevere the flag's special role is not to punish those who feel differently about these matters. It is to persuade them that they are wrong.
Very good. Thank you very much, Saud. Welcome, Abdurrahman Al-Migrin. We're just doing the text, so you can join us, please. We just talked about what we saw yesterday about this case, and now we're getting deeper to look after the arguments. Now, Jans, if Johnson saw that he was doing a legal thing that is protected, he was enjoying his rights by, that are protected by law. What was the argument of Texas authorities against Johnson? What did they say? Of course, when you have a case, you need to defend your opinion. You need to argue. So if we say that Johnson saw it right, we know that Texas saw it wrong. What were their arguments? What did they refuse, or what did they reject this act, or Johnson's act?
They said that the flag is strong and does not need like this type of defense.
Okay, but yes.
Like they said, the flag is bigger than the rules of America.
But look, guys, from line, let's say 13
Indeed.
to line 25, I think you find the argument here. They said this act is not good. Yes, Abdurrahman, go ahead. Try it on.
Indeed, Texas' argument that the burning of an American flag is an act having a high likelihood to cause a breach of the peace.
Very good. So here, yes.
Page what?
It is page 16, Abdurrahman. So what Abdurrahman said is really important. And yes, indeed, Texas' argument, here is the argument, that the banning of an American
Hello, mister. I'm very sorry that I'm late, but I was trying to enter since 9.
Yeah, it's
there
okay.
was a technical problem.
No problem. Take it easy. Good. Take this chance, all of you, Abdurrahman and Nasser. So yeah, here the argument said that, where is that? Burning of an American flag is an act having a high likelihood to cause a breach of the peace. And here, when we talk about peace, we're talking about, if you breach peace, then you're going to have war, then you're going to have, violence. And this is important. So they said this act is no good because it might lead us or might lead to breach the peace. And its statute is implicit assumption that physical mistreatment of the flag, like burning or setting it on fire, will lead to serious offense. So this is Texas's argument. But later, the Justice Brennan here said, no, we should see this act from a very positive point of view. This will strengthen our nation, not weaken it. And this is very important. They said, if we say this, nobody will maybe go out and, in a demonstration or protest against anything. Let people free to express themselves the way they see it right. This is the thing. And they said here, we have, to paraphrase Justice Holmes here there was another case, but, made by the Supreme Court, and the main, let's say person was, or the main figure was Justice Holmes. What do we call this in literature, guys? When in a text, we refer to something previously, let's say, done or happened. What is the figure of a speech here? When something refers in a direct or indirect way to a person, to a work of art, to an event, what do we call that? You remember? Yes?
I forget it.
You forgot it. Saud, or Nasser and Ali. What do we call the figure of
quote?
Yes? It is a quote, but here it's not quoting, but referring to someone.
Allusions.
Yes, Abdurrahman.
Allusion.
It is allusion. Always remember that. When we refer in a direct or in an indirect way to something that happened before, something important, of course, that's called allusion. Allusion. A-L-L-U-S-I-O-N. That's illusion. Very good, Abdurrahman. Yes. And later we said here that, we talked about resilience, we're talking about power, we're talking about national anthem, we talk about patriotism, nationalism. We are proud of our country. We are proud of our flag. If something like this happened, this doesn't mean that we would, of course, be offended or no. Let's show tolerance. Let's show, because they think that in tolerance you find power. In tolerance you find justice, and in tolerance you find unity, and this is very important. A couple of days ago, guys, I was watching a video about the New Zealand massacre. I think it was like, this year, I think a few months ago, where there was that guy in New Zealand who killed a lot of Muslims. You remember the incident? Yes, and they brought all the people, let's say the victims' families, their daughters, their whatever, and one was Palestinian, was from Palestine, and of course she was talking directly to the killer, to the murderer in the court, and said, look, what did you want? You wanted that you make us like, a scattered society, divided society. Here we go. We're not divided. All in New Zealand came on our side. Now you are the one who is, separated and isolated. And of course, this is really touching. If you can see that on YouTube, of course, you will see it. It is in English and it is amazing. They show this. They show tolerance. They show solidarity. You see? So that's what should prevail all the time. Good. Does that make sense? Does it make sense?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Let's go to page 17 to the questions, guys. Here we need to, to have them one by one. So connect. What earlier points of law does Justice Brennan use to support the court's opinion in this case?
The First Amendment.
Yes?
The First Amendment.
The First Amendment. Good. But here we're talking about, that's true. We have the First Amendment, and also what is area points of law? It means like other examples of law that he used in his conviction. Yes. He gave us an example of a similar, let's say,
Abrams.
very good. Excellent. It is, yes, it is that opinion by Justice Holmes in Abrams v. United States, which stated that, the opinion of one man cannot change, let's say, an entire nation's attitude. It means like, if you do something, this will, how come that will not affect the whole country? Yeah? You did something, so we should try to show tolerance. That's the point. And here the court uses this opinion to support their own conviction and opinion that the burning of a single flag is not, enough to pose a direct threat to the nation's strength. Yeah. So they said burning one flag, a single flag, that will not, of course, pose a direct threat to the nation. You see my point. So here, what area points of law? Yes, he took this example of Justice Holmes in Abrams versus the United States. So this is the example that he took in his conviction. Now, number two, compare in its argument to make flag burning a criminal offense. What events did Texas predict might happen? How does the court interpret the significance of these possible events?
Why, Mr. did they specify Texas?
Very good. Why did they specify Texas? Because Texas is part of the case. Give me 1 second, please. Yeah, because in here
they said it might encourage.
Yeah, Nasser. Here the conflict or the problem was between two parts, Texas versus Johson. So here we're talking about Texas because it is part of the case, right? It is part of the case. So in its arguments to make flag burning a criminal offense, this is Texas's is an argument. They said that just let me check. Yes, they said that burning this flag will lead us to to breach the peace and whatever. This is the point. So in its arguments to make flag burning a criminal offense, what events did Texas predict might happen? Yes, as Abdurrahman said earlier,
The peace.
the breach of peace. Thank you. And the next one, the flag will lead to serious offense. Excellent. So they said we have two main points. بعدين استاذ عصام كي تكمل الحصه لازم الحصه عشان يتم التصويت عليها. اوكي انا لسه ما سجلت يعني في اشخاص just give me a second guys please. I'm so sorry. Give me a second just to check the attendance again. So we have Thamid, we have Hassan Abu Hliga, he has just joined us, right? We have Saoud, we have Salih Rami. Salih Rami, are you there? Salih Rami.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, Salah Bayasi is absent. Abdul Rahman Al-Migrin is there. Abdul Rahman Shwikhat, Saloom, Dlejan, Nasser is there as well. So we have only one absentee here. I'm so sorry, guys, because the principal came to take the attendance record. So Ali said, yes, desecration of a venerated object, but the state did not reach its goal, breach of the peace. Yes.
Yeah, okay, خلاص.
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
No, I thought that you will not read Ali. What did Ali said?
Yes, I've just read it honestly, because I was interrupted by the principal, and this is something that I don't like honestly. It makes me kind of confused. Good. So here the second point, the arguments that that Texas used, they said this thing, what Johnson did will lead us, it might lead us to a serious offense and also breach the peace. Now, these are the arguments. How does the court interpret the significance of these possible events?
Mister,
Yes.
I guess he said that no one would write or take offense because the flag had been burned.
Very good. So what they said here, they said that this is
Sir,
not,
is that the court or the defense?
I'm sorry?
Which one said that? The court or the defense?
It is the court. It is the court. Because the one who made this decision is Justice William Brennan. And who said this is Justice William Brennan. You see what I mean? This is the final, let's say, decision made by the court. So we have here Justin Brennan is the judge. That's why we call justice here, judge. And he's the one who would tell the judgment, or say the conviction, this and this and this and this. So now he is just telling us about both parts' arguments. He said that Johnson thought that it is legal because it is his right. Texas said this act may lead to a breach of peace and whatever. Here is my interpretation. No, this will not happen. He said it. Obviously, the offense felt by many of the bearing of the flag, implies the opposite conclusion. Therefore, burning one flag does not appear to be as significant as Texas and others assumed. He said, it's not the way you thought it, guys. It will be less than that. And by the way, nothing happened. As simple as that. There was no breach of the peace. There was no serious offense. So that's not significant. They said your argument is weak. You see what I mean? So it's not that strong because we know that this thing will not breach the peace in the United States. That will not affect our unity as a nation. You see my point? So,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal if you bear the flag.
Exactly. And he said, by the way, this is his right. And this right is of course, guaranteed by the First Amendment. So he is right. It's legal. Now, 3, how does Justice Brennan support the idea that the flag is deservedly shares place in our community will be strengthened, not weakened by the ruling? What is the main thing here? What is the key word here? What is the key word here? He said the flag deservedly cherished place in our community will be strengthened, not weakened, if we...
What is cherished?
Cherished means like celebrated. So he said the flag will be cherished only if we
reaffirm it.
Yeah, look, I'll just make it easy for you. Will our flag be cherished if we punish Johnson?
No.
No. So we need the opposite direction. So
Tolerance.
very good. Excellent, guys. To tolerate what he's done, of course, will make us more proud, or prouder than we are now. It will cherish our flag and our unity. So tolerance here, showing tolerance will, let's say, allow us to reinforce our nation's strength and our nation's unity rather than weakness, right? So here the main or the key word is tolerance. Now, let's skip the 4th and the 5th question. I think, yeah, we're done with this text, but I will ask you a simple question, guys. You there? You hear me?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes,
As we learned in literature, of course, there is always relativity and there is always a room to discuss things. Now, if I ask you about your own opinions, do you stand with, let's say, Texas? Do you think that, yes, burning or setting the flag on fire will lead us to a breach of the peace? Or you think that, what the court was totally right? What do you think? I mean, like, which opinion would you stand for?
Mr.
Yes.
I stand with Texas, but with another argument.
I'm sorry? Tamer?
I stand with Texas, but with another argument.
You stand with Texas, but you need to use another argument. Very good.
Yes.
Tell me about it, please. Yes, it's fine.
it is fair to burn the flag if it was in protest, and who protest and who burn the flag should be heard, and he have a point of view that he's right, and
Very
the
good.
government see he's right.
Okay, very good.
If he wasn't, he should be punished.
Very good. Very good. So you have you need to swing between or to alternate between the two cases, either to be tolerant or to be let's say, or this guy should be punished depending on the case itself.
Yes.
Very good. Yes. What about the others? Do you agree or disagree? Yes.
I agree with the defense in the court. In the last
So it is. Yes.
With the defense with Johnson.
So it is his right to do it. Yes. He should not be punished. Very good. Bakro and the guys, what do you think?
In my opinion, it is a disrespect for himself and the country to burn his own flag.
I couldn't hear you well.
It is a disrespect for himself and the whole country to burn his own flag.
Good. So maybe you, yes, you see it as disrespectful. So do you stand with his punishment or just tolerance?
What he did is not the right thing, but he doesn't deserve to be punished.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
I stand with Bakro with this.
I have an opinion.
Abdullah, you agree with Bakro. Very good.
Yeah, Mr. He can take at least a warning to not do it again. There is better ways to do such a thing.
Okay. Not to be fined, not to be sent to jail, but at least to be warned. This is not the right thing to do. Hello? Yes, Ahmed.
Yes, my voice is clear.
Yeah, it is clear. Yes.
Yeah. Mr. I see that why he will burn the flag, Mr. If he burn the flag, no one will hear her. So he need to give his point and say what argument that he have. If he burn the flag, no one will listen to him.
Okay. This is important as well. If he didn't do that, they will not listen to him. They will just neglect him. But he did it just to show some backbone, to say, I'm there. You need to listen to me and look at what I will do. You see what I mean?
And to talk with if he burned the flag, they will say he will not listen to us.
Yes. That's why many people, especially in our Arab world, when they think that the government would not listen to them, they start breaking things and burning things and smashing everything that it counters them. And this is just a way.
Malcolm X said that they won't hear you only if you do some trouble.
This is like Malcolm X. You need to you need to make some noise to let them to attract their attention. You see, but here we still have different opinions. But here, what we all need to do all the time, that justice prevails, and when justice prevails, we should just accept it and we try to find a common ground to live together in peace and unity. But we're still discussing this because it is our matter as literary, let's say, analyzer and whatever interpreters. We should always discuss things, even if it is made by the court. We discuss it. Some people would agree, some other people would not be convinced by the court's conviction. You see what I mean? And
I do not agree with Bakro, and he said that burning the flag will be disrespectful for the man himself and for Texas or the country. Since the man has burned the flag, it means that he's not even he don't want to be a part of the country. He burned the flag.
Yes.
He never respected it in the first.
He never respected it, so it has no matter for him.
Yes.
Mr. I have a question and I want your personal answer.
My personal answer?
Yeah.
Wallahi, Jans, I would be honest with you. It is something like it is challenging for me to make my personal viewpoint. Why? Because it is his right to of course, to demonstrate and to protest. But I don't think that burning the country's flag is maybe, I'm not sure. But it's a way. But that would it. I don't accept that personally. I will not do it myself. I will do something else. Maybe I'll break some other things, but I'll never burn my country's flag. This is my opinion. I think so. You have other ways to demonstrate. You have other ways to express yourself, but not by burning your country's own flag. This is my opinion.
It's the least way that you can express yourself. People are breaking stores like Target.
Yes, but yeah, and here when you said, for example, instead of for example, breaking and let's say stealing shops and whatever, for me it would be less, of course, dangerous and less harmful. You burn a piece of a cloth, though it is symbolic, though it is an icon, though it is the symbol of unity and identity, it's less harmful than stealing other people's stuff and killing people and burning fire in institutions and buildings and whatever. So it's obvious that it is less harmful, but it is a matter of symbol and a matter of significance. I think time is up, guys. Thank you very much. I will upload the text analysis answers on Classera so you can see the answers of the questions. Thank you very much for your attendance. Thanks for your cooperation. And see you later, I think, with SAT, I think, right?
Yes.
SAT session.
Today?
I think the last session.
The last session.
Yes. Any questions before we leave?
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Thank you very much. All of you, gents, and have a nice day, inshallah. Yalla, salam alaikum. Goodbye.
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 Bye.